here we are. We're going to be watching Project Hail Mary. We got advanced screening tickets because we're hooked up like that. And they said actually it's just behind this building in an alleyway, and we have to meet with like a big guy in a leather outfit or something, and he's going to show us where the movie is. So
Jerome, I think his name was.
Yeah, something like that. Only cost us $100 each, and we get bloody a chauffeur by this dude in a leather outfit, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah, they're going to drive us there.
Yeah, something like that. And they said, bloody, they're going to put bags over our heads. That's just to, bloody, stop the spoilers.
Like a surprise party.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah. So, by the way, we're going to be doing that. So come along for the ride. Alright. No, so we are actually going to see it. We got advanced tickets. It's really cool. Like a week early or something.
Yeah, well, we checked Showbiz, and you're like, oh, I'll check Regent. Just straight up a week earlier. All right.
Yeah, legit. So, very excited about that. I finished the book a few days ago. And
Anyways, that's a reference to our film.
Go check it out. Reunion now on our channel.
Talking about most anticipated movies for the year now. Joy's looking at bloody Hamlet or bloody Dune 3, whatever that's or whatever. But also underrated pick, honestly. Ship Detective, honestly.
I got friends that worked on both of them.
Exactly. So,
looks like shit. Do better, friends.
I do think it looks pretty cute though. That's definitely more of like the sort of Peter Rabbit level sort of movie where I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like just a cute little masterpiece of cinema.
Red Lion, don't like the light.
What are we getting? What are we getting? You get Choc Top or Maltesers?
Probably none. We got like 3 minutes to movies, but we'll try.
Oh, it's all the trailers. Come on. Oh, which Spider-Man may or may not be there?
Spider-Man and Dune 3 might be attached to this.
That'd be crazy if they're...
That'd be awesome. Because Dune Messiah is my favourite book. So if the Dune 3 trailer is attached to this, I'm going to be coming with that.
Where's that down the line? I wasn't expecting that on the screen, but that's cool. I'm guessing because it's a bloody preview thing.
It's like whenever they go to like red carpet premieres and stuff. This is what
yeah, like 3C. I've seen him post a lot of this kind of stuff. Yeah. Anyways, spilled a liter of our drinks on the way up. Is that alright?
Bloody event downstairs.
Something happened. Alright, just give me a popcorn.
We'll talk about this later.
Well, Ryan Gosling will return to Avengers Doomsday. Alright, 5-second review.
That's it.
That means 10 out of 10 in Rocky language. Yeah, same. They do the arm thing. Also now, right once, yeah.
To be fair, even you were complaining about how full it was. Alright, fucking, there was a little puddle. I literally just did this and it just went. I didn't even fucking sip from it.
Yeah, I very different context to Geordie because Geordie. When did you know about the book?
A couple of years ago, like Melbourne apartment sort of time.
There's known about it for years, and you read the book. Like you finished it like days before this, so like, yeah. And I didn't see many trailers or anything. I really liked it. Rocky was fantastic. Sort of really good cinematography and VFX and all that kind of stuff. The humor was like, it really is just a mixture of E.T. meets Interstellar. You know, that's what Ryan Gosling sort of described as, and like very much sort of like a modern sort of version of that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it's like quite interesting, but the humor adds like a nice sort of refreshing like lens to it because it still has serious and emotional stuff in there, but I feel like all space stuff is like too serious all the time, which it's allowed to be. It just benefit to this film like standing out a little bit. There was a section in the film or a scene or two where I'm like, jokes probably could have been turned down a little bit, but nothing like ruining the film or anything. My thoughts right off the bat, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10. I could see myself giving it an 8.5, like sitting on it. I reckon I'm pretty happy with a solid 8.
Nice.
Curious to see what Geordie thinks.
So that was probably the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. No, that was fantastic. basically, I don't like to compare too much to books because it's like, well, you're not experiencing it as a book. Like the context is there, sure, but you know, they're two different mediums. So when people are like, oh, I prefer the Harry Potter books over the movies, it's like, okay, that's fine, but it's hard to compare because it's two different mediums, you know. One thing I will say is the changes that they made really fucked with half of them. Did not like the other half. The tone, especially, was much more comedic. Like what Tom was saying, the humor is good.
Yeah, the first half of the movie, I'm like, bro was barely giggling.
Yeah, because I'm just like, this is so much, and they skimmed a lot. That's one of the changes I didn't really like because the book is like, oh, this is too much explanation. Where it's like you gotta have a whole chapter. Well, for example, when he sees Rocky's ship for the first time, that's like chapter 4 or 5, I think. And I was in like the first 10 minutes. I'm like, rapid fire. Maybe not first 10 minutes, might have been a bit longer, but it was very fast. Well, not in a bad way per se, but I'm like, yeah, they skipped, and like him finding the bodies, like that was a much more somber and serious moment. They treated it pretty seriously, but he was just like,
Didn't dwell on it.
Yeah, it was like, oh, people, he sees them dead. Anyway, and then he fucking, like, it was good when he sent him out, it was a nice moment, and he was just like, anyway, it's like, I don't know, it just moved very quickly, which is fine, like, not necessarily bad. I just wish a couple things were kept in there. And that's about it for the stuff I didn't like. They actually... Alright, so they improved the ending. But
Yeah, that was the main thing I was curious about, because you said, like, the last chapter, like, kind of, like, didn't ruin the book, but...
It didn't ruin the book, but it kind of
what was the
ruined my
difference?
experience. Yeah, so the last chapter, basically, we don't know what happens. Like, we don't know if the messages get to Earth or not, and here we actually, like, see that. Which is also another change I'll get into, but I'll try and keep it brief. But yeah, basically we don't know what happened to Earth, and he's basically, the whole thing is like, buddy, I can't drop it off and then go back to Earth because even if they have enough fuel, I don't have enough food. And then at the end, Rocky's like, oh, what if you eat the bloody predators, the bloody Talmiba? What if you eat them? And he's like, oh, maybe that could work, you know, they got the bloody DNA, yeah, interesting. The chapter ends when they're just like, all right, let's go back to bloody Iridium, whatever. And it's like, you know, a bit hopeful, but also a bit scary, because it's like, how the fuck is this going to end? You know, is Rylan going to die, blah, blah, blah. And then it jump cuts to 16 years later, and he's just fucking cooking up a burger and stuff, and he explains that the Iridians learned how to clone his meat, so he's eating human meat burgers. No, that's like straight off the bat, and I'm like, what the fuck happened here? I was so bloody serious, because like the dilemma of being like, well, do I go home and bloody save humanity and live, or do I save Rocky and just hope that the information gets back to Earth? Like, that's a really tough one. And then he's like, he just puts his faith in the technology, goes to help his friend. It's like 16 years later, that guy did burgers. Let's go. Like, this took me out of it. I still don't really fuck with the ending, but literally like the other 95%, especially in the movie, I'm like, it's fucking phenomenal. I don't want to dwell on
Favorite scene?
Huh?
Favorite scene?
Honestly, it's such a small scene, but him getting to see Rocky's ship, because that didn't happen in the book. The whole thing was just like, I just can't do it. Just can't do it. My suit won't handle it. And like the whole time I was thinking, I'm like, Rocky made himself something. Couldn't he make you something to let he like roll through?
Yeah.
Like it didn't really make sense. But he didn't end up doing it. And I was like, whatever. But he got to do it, and it looked really good. And like it was, I don't know, it was a really good scene. Yeah, that's probably my favorite one. And the goodbye, just in general, like it was really well done.
Yeah, I love the scene where he's like, oh, I can give you fuel, I'll just get home later.
Yeah.
That was like very emotional, like when he turns back and sort of goes into the light and sees buddy crying and all that.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. That was like a lot of that stuff, like a lot of the technicalities were handled like way differently, but in a more positive way. Like, yeah, Rocky being like, yeah, I'll just give you the fuel and I'll take longer, that's okay, I'll sacrifice that for you. In the book, he's just like, yeah, I got plenty, just take something, it won't affect me. I'm like, how's this a sacrifice? And he's just like, I'm so grateful, and I'm like, I get it. You know, it is an overwhelming thing, but here I'm like, well, he's like putting his own planet at risk just to make sure buddy Rylan survives, and I'm like, that's much more of a sacrifice. Like, the 6 years is a long time. But yeah, no, so I really fucked with that, and Rocky was done I'd say probably a bit better than the book, to be honest. The performance was great, the visuals were great. Just I don't know, everything, especially just like visually, it's phenomenal. Like that's a contender for like best visual.
And you're pretty picky with visuals.
No, that's like 100% a contender for best VFX next year.
Oh, sweet.
And yeah, especially like the Rockies. Like it's all just fucking phenomenal. I really loved it.
Yeah.
I'd probably say the same as you, like an 8, just because there are some things like the ending. I'm like, I was hoping they'd change it, especially when they showed Earth. I'm like, they might change this. Ooh, interesting. And then they just kind of went back to the original. Basically, I actually kind of prefer this to the book, to be honest. There's just a few things I'm like, would have pushed it a bit further, but yeah, so I'd say probably better.
But you like the movie more than the book?
Yeah, overall, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because you just get the visuals, like you were saying.
Hamnet is safely number 1 still.
Yes, but it's not by much. Like, to be fair, that is like a massive fucking Geordie Core movie. Hamnet is just like fucking technically a little bit better. So, I've seen 2 movies, both of them have been fucking peak.
Are you gonna get that one on a 4K? No, I don't think I'd get it on 4K, but I definitely will be getting it on DVD at least. Let's see, the visuals are so good. Fuck, I'll have to think about that one. See ya.